Welcome back, lazy gamers. Welcome back to ARA History Untold. We're gonna play this one as PERÓN of Argentina. The main leader I've been playing with has been Genghis Khan, and it's been frustrating to say the least. So I wanted a change of pace and try out a different leader. As I was scrolling through the leader attributes, PERÓN caught my eye. Her main ability is Share My Glory, which is your palace gives you 25 city prosperity and health, and your monument gives you 25 city happiness and 25 prosperity. And there is a build production towards amphitheaters, theaters, and opera houses. And that's great, but the palace and monument lean here makes me want to try her out because my natural playstyle, right, I have a bias here. I do tend to go for an early palace if I can. I do try to go for prioritize an early monument if I can. Simply because the palace and the monument, in my opinion, I think are one of those things that in lieu of wonders, you must get them and you must get them as early as possible. Having PERÓN's ability that gives you benefits if you do that, it just feels like a no-brainer to me. Besides that, she has independent, which is 3 housing in non-cap cities. Very useful because it definitely helps you delay a dwelling in your expanse. Stately is interesting. 10 happiness and 10 prosperity in all cities while not at war is extremely powerful. But let's say we do end up in a war, whether we declare war on someone or the AI typically picks on us. Any war declaration is automatically going to push my cities to the back foot. You start off with a negative 10 happiness hit and a negative 10 prosperity hit in your cities. I mean, yes, it's a benefit you start off with and you're getting it by default, but you do lose it if you're at war. So we want to try and stay as peaceful as possible and treat war as a last resort sort of thing. Charismatic and persuasive are like pretty much go hand in hand. You do earn golden ages faster, which actually, considering that we are going to make prestige plays outside of war a priority, is going to be definitely helpful. And those golden ages will last longer. Yeah, growing to the 3 material region is going to be what we do here. And since horses are a problem, I think I'm going to go for herbalism and hope I unlock tea leaves or something similar. Plan is to try to be as peaceful as we can, and we will definitely try and prioritize as many wonders as we can. Although I won't be explicitly rushing for any one of them, but if any open up or land in my path and I do have the resources to make it happen, I'll definitely make a push for it. We'll definitely try and lean into my act goals more. In my games as Genghis Khan, I wouldn't do that. Simply because, I mean, it was like there was so much stuff and most of your turns in Act 1 are geared towards making a military, trying to figure out what your war plans look like. And yeah, wonders are the last thing you think about when you're thinking the game as Genghis Khan. I'm really hoping I can get a few expands out before I start off in any wonder. I mean, Stonehenge looks like the most likely one I can go for. Depending on how late I started, there is a good chance that I may not get it. We are a few turns away from rope making here, so I think lithic tools is perfectly fine. Don't have to rush them, but let's get at least a few. But yeah, but this should be fun. I'm really expecting this to be a more of a sim game than usual, and I want to see if I can end Act 1 on a strong note. That's pretty much it. If I end Act 1 not too far removed from I'm fully expecting to finish Act 1 lowest in the ranks. But if I'm not too far back from who the 5th place player is, I'll consider that a win. Yeah, this is a 6-player game, and the only thing I'm experimenting with is different map types and settings. So I have chosen a fractal map for this case. Yeah, let's see how things go. I mean, so far I've spun up maybe 3 games with the fractal map, and the land definitely looks different. Yeah, the early plan is to scout the land and maybe take down a few predators if the situation demands it. So one thing is, even if you're not planning wonders, you have to think like far ahead, maybe the 3rd or the 4th region you grow into if you want to plan to place down a wonder. Where would you place it? And typically that decision involves clearing out some predators. So if you do see a opportunistic situation where you are right there, your scout is right there, and you can take out a few animals that clear out a particular region for you, yeah, do it. It's perfectly okay. Sometimes I wonder if I should spend more time just looking at the map. I mean, the visuals are pretty decent, pretty good in fact. Now, can you imagine the same game, right, the way it looks right now? Imagine if the land wasn't so flat. Like, so right now I can totally think of the land being divided into mountains and like flat land. Imagine if there are more elevations and something different, right? It'll make the game so much better. I want to see a little few more hills or like rolling hills all over the place, even though for all practical game purposes, the land is flat. At least on Grand Duke, in multiple playthroughs, I am noticing that you don't have to rush Stonehenge to make sure to guarantee to get it. You can do a few things before, but hopefully if you, as long as you start it around the turn 30 mark, 35 maybe, and if you plan to finish it around the turn 40, 45 mark, or basically before turn 50, yeah, the AI may be thinking about it, but you will be the first to get it. But yeah, but I have lost Stonehenge also. I've delayed it. I think the earliest I've seen the AI get it was, I think, turn 47, 48, something like that. So, expand. I think these two spots look good. And I think I'm going to pick the 4-foot region here. That's going to work better, I think. So we have a few turns before we grow. Yeah, one more workshop is fine. Maybe I really would want another settler though, if I can swing that. Okay, pottery. Right, I definitely want to get as many ropes as I can. As fast as I can. So interestingly, like this is the math here, right? If I'm making 1.6 ropes a turn, I will make 16 in 10 turns. I have a feeling that the way like the waste mechanic works is, I don't know if overflow is counted. I do not know how overflow is counted. So if you're making something 1.6, if you're making 1.6 of one item per turn, when it's 3.2, you get 3 of them. But what happens to the 0.2? I don't know. So I'm trying to get into a habit where I am essentially leaning into like equal numbers, or leaning into a situation where I'm minimizing that math. So when something is 1.7 turns, I typically build 5 of them. So if there is a loss or a waste involved, it's only 0.1 at after 3 turns, and I get 5 of those items. But yeah, I mean, I said this now, but I'm sure I'm going to forget about my own lessons here. Gotta keep an eye on our resources. Switch out the wine, or switch out the candle or the beer for wine, because I think you with wine you get 1 more or 5 more knowledge than the beer. Wine is definitely better than beer. Yeah, don't quote me on that. Right, 6 turns now before we grow, so possibly 7, minimum 7 turns before we can start off on a wonder on Stonehenge. Yeah, let's place a ceramic shop down. I didn't realize how ceramic shops, how important they are. I mean, if you're trying to get your palace out early, or even trying to rush for the pyramids of Giza, having a ceramic shop up and running early is actually a godsend. In past games, I would wait to settle a city or have a zone around me that has stone pits or that has a resource I can put a stone pit on. And then I would build ceramic shops, which would actually delay the ceramic shops quite a lot. And I've realized that, yeah, the ceramic shops don't care about the resources that the stone pit is giving you. Just put a stone pit next to a ceramic shop and you're going to make sure that that ceramic shop is cranking out stuff fast. Yeah, ceramic shops will be, or other stone pits will be available after bronze working, so it's going to be a while before we place our first one down. Yeah, I'm having trouble with resources here. I gotta watch that. But I do need the ropes as fast as possible. Damn it. Alright. Buenos Aires is going to grow. Okay. For one turn you can do a... We can start off on the dwelling, it's fine. So all my regions are 4 zones, 4 and 5 zones. I do not have a 2 or a 3 zone region around me. If that's the case, if I'm forced to use a 4 zone region, I'm gonna pick the one that gives me the best yields and place my wonder there. That's fine. Yeah, our pot production is going to be slow. Ceramic pots, that is. Okay. Oh, damn. Oh, I goofed up. Actually, I goofed up hard here. That's terrible. It's going to be a while before I start off on Stonehenge because I lost track of how much lumber I have or timber I have. And I need 50 to start the Stonehenge. Okay, I guess continue hunting. Archery and fermenting, I think, can be left behind. I think I need to get to the next era as soon as possible. Yeah, at least one turn away. Yeah, let's get a settler. It's fine. I mean, we may lose the wonder, but I think I'll get the settler out. Or at least let's just queue him up. Let me think about this. No! I clicked that before I realized what I had done. But that's fine. Let's get the settler out. And in this situation, I'm really hoping I don't miss out on Stonehenge. The chances of losing Stonehenge just went up quite a bit. I have 2 spearmen. I should probably build a 3rd spearman somewhere sometime. And let's place the Stonehenge. 10 turns is not bad, actually. That's actually not bad at all. I would, at the current pace, I would get it at turn 44. But I would like, I mean, depending on how much gold I have, I will buy that. Now this is some really rich land here. Yeah, I think that spot looks interesting. I hate settling on zones that have a resource on it because it eats one zone or other a region it eats the zone inside the region with the resource, and I can't put other things down there. Typically, my preference is to always settle zones or settle regions that do not have any resources in it. But I think that one would work. Right. We do have two workshops. Oh, that is Poland. Alright. Not too thrilled seeing Poland in the game. Poland tends to run away with things. But it's okay. Yeah, I was thinking about, I do have two workshops. Usually at this point in the game, I would have just one workshop juggling between building like 3 or 4 different things. But I think having two helps because we have more flexibility in around what we are building and how fast we are building it. Okay. Definitely want to get masonry early, but I think let's get sacred rites and place down an altar as soon as possible. And yeah, definitely a scientist here. Picking a scientist paragon early is actually, I think, one of the best things you can do in a higher difficulty game. Because as a domestic advisor, you get 5 research per turn, which pretty much means the difference between like having an extra tech that you have that you can actually tech for before you are forced to jump to the next era. It makes those difficult choices a little easier. But I mean, I underestimate how important science is overall, and the only things that give you early science is an apothecary and an altar. Besides, like things that you do with amenities and boost your city's knowledge, that effectively boosts your research per turn. But altars and apothecaries are the only things you can do proactively or build proactively that give you more science. Okay, I think that's fine. Then you can go back into the city and heal. It's fine. Oh, there you go. Let's buy it. We have Stonehenge. Okay. So I'm at 75 security. Not going to worry about security while we haven't met any neighbors. And yeah, he seems to be a bit far. As long as neither of us settles towards each other in a certain way, I think we will be good. Yeah, I think that's fine. Ceramic shop number 2 next to a future stone pit would be okay. Salt is interesting. Salt gives you options to do a lot of different industry stacks. But I need to I need to take a moment and look at my land to see what kind of resources I have and what kind of industry I want to plan. I think besides like a few animal nodes all over the place, my southern city has a lot of options to build like syrups and spices. And Yeah, maybe I can lean into like bakeries and inns this game. It's a thought. Yeah, we have 2 nodes of cocoa, 2 nodes of cinnamon, and a bunch of different things. This is good land. The yields are not great on that land, but the resources are gonna help me down the line. I mean, syrup as a thing, like if you have a lot of syrup, a lot of grain, you can lean heavily into the food industry. But generally, you also need like butcher shops and grain stores and some other things, bread possibly. That could be the amenity stack we lean into. Alright, you will join Beraza Tegui. Beraza Tegui. Tegui? And the funny thing is, as we are playing Ever PERÓN of Argentina and we have llamas in our empire. That is sort of nice. Yeah, we're gonna just hunt and clear this land here. And where... Oh, good. This is not great land. That's fine. We'll make it work. I think, yeah, the palace will unlock one more city cap, and the religion or monarchy, that is the government switch rather, will unlock another one. So I have 2 more city expands that I can put down. One definitely goes west of Buenos Aires. I'm thinking west and the another one going northwest. I think we can lock down those 2 spots. But the more I expand, the more while I'm placing down my 6th or possibly my 7th city, I need to start thinking about what kind of military I want. Well, that's a good region. Alright, prophet, musician, writer. Yeah, writer as a chief advisor. That'll keep my knowledge in high gear. Right, I think reform you and we will... Oh, sweet. In the early game, micromanaging the feasts to make sure you're not really wasting resources to get too many feasts, it does become a bit of a pain in the ass. But you gotta do it if you are just getting everything. If you're not leaning on overproduction, you gotta do it. Right, wheel, sailing, weaving would be interesting here. Chariots are not useful. I do not have horses or elephants. I think I will lean into Code of Laws though. I mean, just having the ability to build the Code of Laws amenity, potentially the Nemrut Dog. I'm not expecting to get the Nemrut Dog. Although I will try for the pyramids of Giza at some point. But yeah, I think I should here. And I am quite close to starting on my palace. So I think, yeah, let's do it. But I don't know what government I want. I do not. If I'm building a lot of altars, I will stick to theocracy. But if my expands don't have enough altars, or even if 2-3 of my cities have altars, theocracy would be okay with that benefit. Otherwise, monarchy with the palace benefit is going to be so much better. Yeah, and there is a decent amount of land separating Poland from us. I'm going to make sure the southern city expands out towards Poland early. So that cinnamon, grabbing the cinnamon is going to be far more important early. Because like Poland sees that, he could very easily plonk a city down right next to the llama or the cinnamon, and that just will mess my plans. I want to try and make this as much a sim game as possible, really. Okay, this is a tough one. I think plus 1% growth is... I guess it's okay. But let's see what he says to a trade agreement here. But I think I'll pick that. Right, and let's switch to theocracy, and that's fine. And my palace, so close. Yeah, let's clear out these animals here, and then we will reform you into a 3-unit thing. All I have is 3 spearmen right now. Cool. Now, since he's accepted, I think I want... Let's see. Something that... Oh, pots. Totally. Let's take pots from him. And something else that's not... Typically, when something takes too long to construct, the AI will not construct enough of them, which means this will run out. And when that happens, the trade, the merchant, the thing, the exchange just stops. And I have not quite figured out how to, and I do forget about it. Like 10 turns will roll by, and then I will manually check, and I will realize that I had a trade agreement. I had a trade agreement in place, and I did not really make the most of it. Yeah, I don't know how to change that mechanics. It definitely needs some kind of a change where, like when I'm trading with the AI, and let's say if I have horses, I consciously stay away from getting into trade agreements with the AI, because the AI will pick horses from me. And although I would love to get into a trade agreement, I think there needs to be some sort of tiers and blocks possible. Like if I'm rushing for a wonder, I don't want to trade my pots away or something else that I need, like metal tools that I need. And yeah, we need to put like a lock on, like, hey, I can trade anything except for A, B, C, D, E, right? Something. That mechanic is, I think it's flawed right now, the way it is. But yeah, but it is annoying that, actually, that's not true. So you do see the notifications, right? Like, hey, this trade agreement or whatever, you're not getting this thing from the AI anymore. But the problem is the practical problem with this game is I see those notifications. I may read every notification for like the first 20 turns, but then you don't do it. It's very possible. I mean, it's just natural for you to glaze over like things that are happening again and again and again. It's like things that actually are going to hurt the player. They need to become turn blocking in some sense, and I don't know how to change that. I'm sure the folks way much more or far better than me are going to figure it out. But yeah, but making sure that But again, if you make everything turn blocking, then every turn just becomes annoying and frustrating. So I don't know what that happy balance is. Right, Palace now. Palace gives you 25 city prosperity and 25 health, and I think that's best in the capital. But if I am getting an extra prosperity in Buenos Aires, if I do plan to get Pyramids of Giza, I don't want it in the capital. I would prefer the pyramids to be in a city that is actually lacking prosperity, because the Pyramids of Giza give your city prosperity. That's the main thing. And more importantly, it gives you 3 experts or 3 expert spots, each of which give you like production and some other buffs. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay. I think this map is favorable to me. I'm really hoping there is not too... I mean, whoever... I know that there is going to be a civ north of me and a civ west of me. All I'm hoping is they are not too close. And since before I explore that other area, I think I'm going to settle somewhere in this area here. I think that spot is good. Yeah, let's do it. And I think the next settler coming out will go generally due west. Right? Some other civ has entered the Iron Age. We'll get there. I'm not worried about being very far back. Like, the AI is going to have more and be ahead of me at this stage. I just need to make sure that I'm not leaving behind a tech that is going to be immediately useful to me. Yeah, let's do it. It's a lot of gold, but getting something early is worth the opportunity cost. Alright. The more like predators and stashes you see in areas that you haven't explored, it gives me hope that I have more land I can actually control eventually. Yep, that's fine. Like, look at that. I'm reasonably convinced that there's no civ down there. Yeah, this map does feel like it's a little oversized for the 6 civs that are in the game. Hey, Zenobia. Where the hell did you... It's a settler. Okay. Let's just make sure we are prepared here. Okay. Alright. Llamas? Llamas or copper or the cattle or the cow? These are better tiles, but I think I want to lean into a butcher shop and stuff. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I think my third amenity. I don't have any amenity. That's fine. I think perfumes are okay. I need to get a third amenity online that I can produce reasonably fast, which I'm thinking should be the Code of Laws amenity, but I need more industry. I need more industry and I need more amenity diversification. Yeah, let's put the stone pit there. Should plan an altar actually. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think another ceramic shop here would actually help. And I think Buenos Aires, yeah, I think we need something. We need a reliable third, fourth, fifth amenity. Because I think our cities are gonna go past Pop 5 pretty fast. And we gotta plan butcher shops here. Farm. Yeah, farm, butcher shop, maybe another butcher shop. And let's paste farms next to it. So the farms will help the harvest yield of the cow. And the butcher shop also yields or helps the harvest yield of the cow. So when you have animal nodes that are farmable, like placing farms by default and maybe interspersing butcher shops is not a bad strategy. It does work as long as the butcher shop can make use of that resource. Okay. I could get some, yeah. Yeah, let's do like... Yeah, but I think no. It's fine. Let's see. I'm kind of winging it here. That's okay. Where the hell is she going? Where the hell did she come from and where is she going? I think her landmass is maybe... She met me in the northeast city. So I thought she was north of me. But then her line of her path is pretty much going from east to west. So it's possible that there is a continent of the landmass I'm on. Yeah, but I have a feeling she's going to settle somewhere in a very annoying fashion. And maybe, just maybe, we go to war. That's fine. Okay. I think sugar is fine. And yeah. That's okay. And I don't know. I still have to figure out where experts are best. Oh, there you go. She's settled. Okay. Just means I need to settle down fast. Okay, we have an elephant. But yeah, I left chariots behind, so I can't really build any elephant units. Which means maybe, yeah, I think maybe lean into ivory and lean into jewelry. That will also work. Ivory is pretty resourceful and useful actually. It helps. You can make a bunch of different like things later in the game. But in the early game, making jewels is so much is so good. And we don't have any precious metal or precious stones and precious metals. Yeah, definitely grow to the iron. I think I'm going to straddle the fence with my feasts for some time. Yeah, so she's looks like she's friendly, or she has the a lean to be friendly. So is Copernicus. There you go. So yeah, we lost the pot. Okay. Oh, this is annoying. Let's try again. Nation met. Yeah, let's try that. Oh, we got evening gown Nefertiti right there. All right. I don't know. I have no idea how far away or how close she is. Yeah, and I think I need to start leaning into jewels here. I can leave it like that, but since I know I will have ivory, it's going to take a few turns, but I know I will have it. And this butcher shop can definitely be maxed out. Oh yeah, and let's not forget the salt. I'm gonna have a lot of cured meats. So cured meats as an amenity are decent, are actually pretty strong, right? But what I've realized is all your amenities that don't are not active for more than or not active for 10 turns. Like feasts are active only for 5 turns, so you gotta keep making tons and tons of them. Same thing with grain stores, same thing with cured meats. And salted fish is even worse. Salted fish is active only for 3 turns in your cities. So all 4 of them, yes, you can use them in your city as amenities, but it is so much better at using them as supplies first chance you get. And I know that like bakeries and the hospitality tree will give me inn and pubs and stuff, the gourmet meals and the preserved foods. Those things are going to give me amenities that give me food net, but they use supplies that are not as good amenities overall and compared to the other ones, that is. But yeah, but it is one of the things that I think is if I am able to, I will lean into inns and bakeries here, because I know I'm going to have a sick amount of grain stores and butcher shops. If I had like access to fish, I would totally do it. Like I would be like guaranteed to do it. And having access to fish would also help there. Okay. That's fine. We have met 4 people. I think let's not waste time. Let's get to siege warfare. And I do want to place my monument, but I do not want to place my monument in the capital because my capital is already like almost maxed out with the quality of life stats. I think I would rather use the monument in a city that could use it. Yeah, let's get that bison. More room for butcher shops. Oh, she is right there. She wants a trade agreement. I think I'm gonna take it. Okay. New Paragon. I don't know. Strategist maybe? Or I can just lean into the writer and start making masterpieces. Anything else I can do that would be... no, it's fine. Doesn't happen often, but does happen frequently enough in some of my games. I do pick the Paragon before I have decided what to do with him. And it's more true in the late game than in the early game. In the early game, your first 2 or 3 or even 4 Paragons have a purpose. And choosing, I mean, there is definitely more thought that goes into it. But in the late, as the game moves on, it does... Yeah, I do find myself picking the Paragon first and then, oh, I can't do anything with him, so let's just make a masterpiece kind of thing. Okay. I think one city needs to go... I don't know, I gotta think about it. I gotta explore a little more and then decide where. So there's 2 zones that I can pick. I think I'm gonna plan a wonder on one of them. It could be either of those. Maybe even the tobacco tile. I don't know, I have not found a good value from tobacco yet. But yeah, let's just pick the zones around us here. Pick the resources first. Let's see, I might input farms on that tobacco node, or if I'm able to, I will put down a wonder. I can put down, I know I can place the Nemrut Dog and the Pyramid of Giza. I'm already at 95, I'm at 100 security right now. Or 100 prosperity right now, so... I would rather not put the pyramids of Giza in the capital. If I do, I think if anything, I will build the Nemrut Dog there. And yeah, you have a long queue of things to do. Okay. Another one of those things that I forget about, really. I just forget to build roads. And then like one turn when I realize what I have not done so far, I just go gangbusters. Put all of them down all at once. $100 happiness, 100 prosperity. Okay. I mean, monarchy would be good here. I think palace would definitely... yeah, let me think. I don't know. Oh, Ethiopia. Okay. Right, starts the logging camp. Should I? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I think gold is like a limiter for me right now. But it's fine. I need way more things. I think the monument is important. Let's rush it. I think you need to stay in that city on the borders, and I think I'm gonna heal you there. I think I want to go coinage here. The Nemerud Dog is gonna give me one more city cap, and coinage is gonna give me one more. I'm gonna get 2 set. If I get Nemerud Dog, I'm hoping I'm reasonably confident I will get it. But 2 settlers need to come out right behind the Nemerud Dog, I think. And I need to lock down my land before the AI gets any ideas. And then from that point on, I think I need to crank out some degree of a defensive army. Definitely. Right, I depleted my ropes for Nemerud Dog, and if I want to build pyramids of Giza, I will need more ropes. Okay, sure. Oh, yeah, switch that. Even this city has 95 prosperity. I mean, I will rebuild the pyramids of Giza there if I'm able to. But honestly, I would rather want to pick a city where I get better payoff. Okay. What do I want now? Cultural heritage wouldn't be bad. I think the temples, just like altars, give you a little bit of science. My only problem is I don't know if I will be doing a lot of different things here. I don't know if I have the bandwidth to build temples, but let's see. Okay. There's a chance that we are going to piss off Egypt, but I think so this is the stage, right? We are at turn 90. If I'm forced into a war from this point on, I'm not as worried about it. It's possible, yes, I could lose a city. I may have to be on the defensive for quite a while. But it's recoverable from this point on. When this same situation happens, right, when you plop a city and then you find that there is a rival civ like 6 zones away from you or 6 regions away from you, that act alone invites war, and like a turn 50 war declaration or a skirmish from the AI, it's pretty much unrecoverable. So the longer you can delay situations where you're creating a let's say a room for war, the better it is. And yeah, once you're strong, once you have the means to defend yourself, absolutely lean into antagonizing your rivals. Absolutely. There you go. That independent tribe joining that city actually has helped me secure those tiles. Okay. Yep. Now we go into inns and bakeries. I think I can build bakeries now, can't I? Maybe I should plan some bakeries. I mean, yeah, every city is already doing things. Okay, this could be a problem. Yeah, back when the game came out, the first couple of difficulties I played with are Earl and Viscount, I think. And I mean, of course, I was learning and I was not really. Um, yeah, those games, I mean, they're on YouTube. You can actually find them, but I wouldn't recommend them as any sort of videos that you're going to learn anything from. Because, yeah, I was pretty much doing what I thought was. Yeah, I was playing the game without really understanding what I'm doing. But yeah, but at those lower difficulties, I was kind of happy to see that in every age, I had enough turns to do everything that I thought I should be doing. And one thing that I've realized on the higher difficulties, especially on, I did realize that on Duke, but definitely on Grand Duke, you do not have enough turns. You do not have enough turns in the game to do everything you want to do. Not want to do, let's just say everything you should do. Yeah, I think let's settle that. I think it's fine. I would have liked to go maybe one more region deeper, closer to Ethiopia, but I think it's fine. We'll make it work. I will need to plan walls in my frontier cities. Right now, all I'm concerned with is getting my food industry. Yeah, we gotta get our food industry rocking now. So bakery in dwelling, I think. Yeah. Okay, let's get a few blacksmiths here. And we have a stone pit and 2 blacksmiths. I could put another ceramic shop next to it, but let's see. Let's leave room open for something else. And this city... Oh. Maybe? Sure, let's do it. Let's do it. So, or ordinarily, I do not like to put wonders on, even if it's a 2-zone region, right? If it's a resource that I could be using or I would be needing, I try not to put that. I would have liked to put 2 farms on those 2 regions. I mean, of course, having 2 regions, it's better to have. I will get the tea leaves, but I think I would get more tea leaves if I had the farms. I think right now, I forget what the math is, but you get like point something tea leaves per turn. Okay, that's going to be interesting. I'm going to settle there, but I want to make sure that I'm going to grow to the horse first. The horse is not important to me right now because we have left chariots behind. We do not have the means to build any cavalry, which is fine. But I do want horses, because eventually when I do build knights and some other things, lancers, whatever, I think I will need those horses. Oh, and I forgot about switching out the elephants to the ivory. Yeah, let's do that. Now I gotta remember to plug in the ivory into my jewels or my jewelry. There are a lot of things to do. I know I will. I'm pretty sure I will forget about it, but it's fine. When I remember, we'll plug it back. Okay, let's take a peek there. Interestingly, Poland has not tried to move towards me, which I'm actually thankful for. So that land ends there. Where is his? Yeah, so it looks like both Zenobia and Ethiopia crossed some sort of a water channel to get closer to me to settle. That's just messed up. Yeah, I'm gonna lean into more bakeries and inns for sure. Our science per turn is actually not bad, so I'm gonna try and get as many techs as I can that are gonna help me immediately. And my gold production is actually going to be good pretty soon. That's right, she's friendly too. Okay. So I'm not going to be caught off guard here. In past games, I would actually queue up like a decent, like a plan for a decent military. And what would happen is, like, I would have maybe 3-4 formations out and deployed. And then, like, I would have AI surrounded on 3 sides, and all of them would become friendly and start trading and doing agreements and stuff and whatnot, even alliances. And then something would happen, and once that happened, I would essentially take my foot off the gas, and I would not build the rest of the units that I was building. And the moment I did that, like 20 odd turns would elapse, and my military score probably wouldn't have gone up. I just have the 4 or 5 whatever military units, and then the AI would declare one of the AIs on my borders would like flip out and effectively go to war with me. And yeah, I just don't. It's happened like a couple of times, and it really annoyed me when it happened the first time. But then the only way to guard against that is, no matter how friendly your neighbors are, just make sure you have a strong defensible force, at least. And it looks like in our case, since this is going to be like a long border, I think I'll have to get as close to the max allowed population or the max allowed cap on my units. And in due time, I'll need to plan for docks and get some sort of a navy going too. And I got to think about, if I build more settlers, which direction am I going to go in? Or alternatively, am I going to lean into war and go into Ethiopia? It is a possible. I mean, I can think about it. I can plan for it, but whether I actually do it, it's an open question. We have an act. Wait, that is just dumb. All right. We have already built our palace and we got an act goal for it. So either, no, I don't remember whether we got the act goal and the game did not honor it. But what I have seen the game do before is it gives you the act goal to build a palace after you have built the palace, which is extremely annoying. So we have the goals to build Colossus of Rhodes and the Acropolis. And yeah, I should try and plan for this and build this. The Acropolis is actually quite hard to get, but the only way I can do that is if I rush for algebra. Well, let's see. I know we are not going to be the first ones. I'm expecting that some other Civ leader is going to make it into the early medieval era before us. Although we are going to be... yeah, I think right now my science is competitive, but if I can get to algebra first, I can definitely kick off the Acropolis soon. I got to learn to lean into the wonders that are actually given to me in the act goals and not just wonders that are easier to get. Okay, that's fine. I have 3 workshops here, but really I cannot have any one workshop be dedicated to one thing just yet. If I had that situation, I would actually need like as many workshops, as many things I can build, which is not really feasible. So I think in this situation, I think maybe another workshop somewhere would probably be okay. But I think 3 are sufficient for me right now, as long as I'm micromanaging what they make. Right, so we have a legion, and I think we'll try to crank out as many shield walls, at least like 2 or 3 to hold the west and the north, and then we will see. I can't build any melee cavalry, so any other unit formation is kind of pointless. I mean, not pointless, but it doesn't give me the same benefit. Let's get a catapult here. Event, that's fine. Berazategui. Berazategui. Docks, but not on the inside tiles. I would want to place a dock that is facing the ocean, not the inland sea or lake or whatever it is. Okay, let's lean into more inns and bakeries. I mean, I think I will need to shore up my grain production also, actually. So, yeah, I have to prioritize that. Okay, let's do it. And I think I want farms and irrigated farms preferably, but farms are okay. And I need a lot of metal tools to do those upgrades. And I need a lot of lumber and timber, which means putting down one more or a few more lumber camps is not a bad idea. Oh sweet, our blacksmith's up. We do have copper and iron, so I think our metal ingot situation is going to be strong going forward. Metal ingots will help with the Colossus of Rhodes. That needs it. The others, not so much. But pretty much without metal ingots, no amount of military you make is gonna be decent. And yeah, bakery number 1 can make bread ad nauseum. Okay. Let me think about this. It's fine. I find myself putting my experts into lumber camps and stone pits pretty much all the time. I think I'm going to grow out of that tile because the next event gives me 2 regions to purchase, and I want to definitely grab that whale. And that's fine. And you need to fortify. Alright, so we have algebra. So let's go. Let's go. Acropolis first. Or next. Now let's get milling, scholarship, and the other things that get us closer to books. Okay. Could buy this out, but yeah, it's fine. I'll wait. Alright, gourmet meal number 1. Yeah, use grain stores. And cured meats and syrup, maybe? Yeah, syrup. So 1 every 2 turns, I will have a crap ton of gourmet meals. So I don't know if I want to phase out of feasts, but I think the gourmet meals become something that every city needs to grow into. It's going to be the amenity of choice for most of my cities. In fact, hopefully all of my cities, because I have multiple lanes coming up. Okay. Yeah, I gotta lean into the grain now. Thank you. Okay. I think if I'm gonna make metal tools, I need to have a large stash of lithic tools. I also need freaking baskets. Okay. Yeah, let's leave it like that. But if you're gonna overconsume the ropes, I need more ropes. Let's see. I need to keep revisiting this every couple of turns. Okay, shield wall number 3. And Buenos Aires, yeah, let's put a farm there. Okay. We do have... Yeah, I could plan that. Yeah, let's... I don't know. I've come to appreciate flower fields a little more. In one of my the test games that I was playing, I think a flower field actually saved my game, or not the game. The game went to shit pretty much, but the problem that I was in at that given time, the flower field actually ended up saving me. I was rushing. I was trying out a strategy where, with the 3 tech event that you get, leapfrog into irrigation, and try to rush the hanging gardens. So I'd build the flower field, I think, in my cap, and I was generating flowers. I also had saffron. Basically, I knew I had sources of flowers around me. But I think a couple of my cities were running out of amenities, and the flower as like a backup amenity actually helps, because they give you like straight happiness. Yeah, it works. I mean, it is. I'm learning to appreciate it. Initially I would stay away from the flower field, but I'm trying to lean into it more. Okay. I gotta be mindful of my gold here. There you go. Okay, start using that. I can ease off on the feasts, but I think I still need to continue making it. I know that I will have access to festivals very soon. And when that happens, it will definitely get easier for me to rotate out of feasts and go into festivals. But I think festivals also lean on grain stores and butcher shops, I believe. Okay. The other act goal I have is to build the Colossus, and I think yeah, let's do it. I got to look up or read up on... Oh, he died. He died. I lost that scout. I think yeah, that's what happens. Like typically from full strength, you hit a 3 predator hunt predator once, but you want to go back and heal the guy and then go. Basically, never go at a predator with 3 hits. Basically, you could die. 2 hits, you will pretty much always be safe, but 3 hits, you will die. So always make it a point to heal between those 3 hits, which I forgot to do. And yep, my scout's dead. Yeah, but what I was saying is I do have like 2 or 3 butcher shops here. I should probably build more butcher shops for sure, but I need to figure out what tech deprecates the butcher shop, because if the butcher shop is something that I can't build anymore, I just need to make sure that there is no tech that deprecates it. That will mean that I will not be able to build any more butcher shops after that point. And if that happens, that will just be the most annoying thing ever. So I would rather have more butcher shops in my empire and have them do nothing than to, not have as many and then realize that I have to make like some 100 cured meats and some 100 salted fish or something else. Okay, Don Torquato. Okay, finally you have finished your queue. So yeah, let's get everything else. Yeah, that's fine. Sure. Okay, get back in the city and heal. Make a few baskets, but I do need to lean into anvils when my blacksmiths... Oh no, I already built anvils. That's fine. Okay, let's get a larger supply of ropes, and we'll try and use those ropes as supplies to make other things. Right, farm. Sweet. Okay. Yeah, the default camera should have been the other way around. Like, I mean, if you're giving me a pan of I just built a wonder, and if you're giving me a view of the wonder, and if the wonder is a statue of a person, don't show me his ass. Like, give me a view from the front of that statue. That's yeah. So something has changed. I got to look at my past videos, I thought this wonder was bigger. The Acropolis looks as big as I remember it. I thought the statue, or the Colossus of Rhodes, was actually a far bigger monument than what it is. Huh. I think all wonders have been scaled down a bit, I think. Yeah, I think this might be something patch 1.4 related. But I never noticed it. I think this is the first game since in patch 1.4 that I've actually managed to build the Colossus. So that's where I noticed it the most, because I remember in one of the past games, that entire the Colossus would actually tower over the entire region. Okay. What is New Salta doing? Okay. Oh, this is okay. We'll lean into let's pick you as a military advisor here. Temple of Bell is gone. All right, so we are so close. That actually is not bad. Okay, I definitely want scholarship. Let's see. I think I will want a lot of techs in this era, and I know that I may not be the first. If I wanted, I know I can be the first to reach the next era. I know it, but a lot of things in this era are actually important for my future eras. Mainly the things around the academies and the schools and the libraries. And I really don't want to leave anything behind here, because the surest way to make sure that your science game is decent is to lean into the schools and libraries. I think unless your leader in your civ has a natural ability that guards you against that, don't never leave it behind. Alright, let's get 10 flowers and see if we can get the hanging gardens. Okay, yeah, let's build a few more butcher shops here. I think that is fine. Maybe trading post or mint. I think trading posts are slightly more versatile. If I have enough stuff to make trade goods, I think it will be helpful. We have the Samaved. All right. What the hell is the city doing? Okay. You do this to me, I'm gonna do that to you. Like, I understand the programming in the AI to actually want to do that, because you want to create situations for conflict. But sometimes, I mean, when the AI does that without regard to something that would be benefiting the AI itself, that's just weird. So some of those tiles that are actually closer to that city center, that New Salta city center, are actually so much better picks. but it decided to like pick up semi optimal tiles to get to a tile right next to my city, which is just, I don't know. The AI can definitely should try to do but make better choices in how it decides what land it wants. Like this feels like it was aggravation for the sake of aggravation and nothing else. There was no strategic gain here. But basically, as far as how the game is going to go into Act 2 and potentially into Act 3, one thing is clear. The first chance I get when I have a reasonable army and a reasonable military, maybe even like a semi-decent navy going, I am definitely going to try to aggravate Zenobia, try to aggravate Ethiopia, and take out the cities. I mean, most likely assimilate them, but that is something I would do. I would totally do that. And I know both Ethiopia not so much, but Zenobia looks like has been a very reliable ally. So don't know if it's going to be the right way, right thing to do, but it is something I will lean into doing. Right, so that apothecary in Buenos Aires is going to help me because I'm going to try to place down a school and a library next to it. And let's get a fortress while we're at it. Okay. So that wonder is gone. Philosophy is something I can leave, although it is 100 prestige. I don't know. Part of me wants every one of those texts before I jump to the next era. But I think scholarship has to be the first one. Normally, I would even leave like the tech that gives me arenas behind, but I think I want that too. Okay. So since you have a farm, I can't build stables yet. No, maybe. Okay, that workshop is fine, but I got to revisit plans for this horse. Okay. I think I need to lean into gears now. Let's max it out and get maybe 40, 30, something. Yeah, let's get 30 first. Alright. This is workshop number 3. Or, sorry, butcher shop number 3. So, definitely salt and cattle, but I think I should try and secure something. Either the sheep, goats, or something else. Try and lean into that meat. Okay. I have another 2-tile region here that I could plan a wonder. But I think I want to use... yeah, it's possible. But it's still miles away from. But yeah, but typically, so I don't think even at Duke difficulty It was rare that I could actually get the Acropolis and the amphitheater of LGM in the same game. It's not easy, and they're both those wonders are prioritized by the AI. And unless you somehow, by some miracle, start off building them simultaneously, it's not. It won't happen. But if it's available, I'll definitely try for it. But I'm not expecting it will be. So, okay, maybe settlers. Maybe let's plan a few expands. And you should get a library and a school next. Security for 4 strength or growth or knowledge. My knowledge is fine. I think let's pick that. Security is also okay. Growth is pretty much the only thing that I could use more of. Okay, I think I need to start plugging out of using syrups, because my syrups are going to be used in my inns and potentially in my bakeries. So I have to consciously flip those out. Now, okay, I'm starting to fall back again. Right, this is amphitheaters, theaters, and opera houses. It is not arenas. I think I read that wrong. But I could jump to bureaucracy. Let's see. I think elite training for now. And then we will see what else we need or don't need. But I gotta start thinking about jumping to the next era. Yeah, that's fine. Cordoba needs... Yeah, let you finish that. That's good. Get more paper. 1 and 4 is not bad without any supplies. Now what? Altars and city temple. No, I think I need to lean into industry more. Eventually, next era, I need to switch my ceramic shops to mosaic tiles. But that's later. I don't have to start building them right now. Right now, I think... So, I have 0 fermenting pits. I have 0 tanneries in my empire. And I think I need to plan for those. All my stone pits will have to upgrade. I think, yeah, let's get some upgrades going. And let's upgrade the syrups and the grain. Okay. It's fine. When in doubt, build a military or build things that give you lumber and materials. Now I'm running short on lumber. Okay. While you wait, let's make some military here. More military. Okay, somebody else is advanced now. And we are in a golden age. Yeah, I should have... I don't remember now if I have got my wonders in or timed them in golden ages. But it's... I think I need to learn to get into that plan. Especially with a civ like Argentina, with like a PERÓN, where your golden ages are easy to get and they last longer. So she's just a naturally easy leader to play if your gameplay revolves around getting wonders and getting golden ages. It's just useful. It's just prestige, like easy prestige you might leave on the table. So elite training is done. Candles are the one with festivals, but arena is interesting. I get 2 prestige if I place it in my capital. I'm tempted. Yeah, let's do it. And I gotta find a spot for it though. But for now, let's get some books. And really, I think I need some of my cities to lean into a tanning industry, a fermenting industry, and maybe some other stuff here. But yeah, but I gotta consciously, when my cities grow, I need to consciously... I think we have reached the point where growing to a zone that has a resource is far more valuable than the yield it provides. Yeah, I think while we have our metal ingots, I need to upgrade my military. These pikemen are actually pretty decent. Okay. I can't block the city down somewhere. Okay. Let's go somewhere closer to the silk and the mandrake. I think there is fine. Depending on what resources show up north of that point, I will probably end up settling further north from there too. Could potentially put like 2 or 3 cities up here. But yeah, but I will... a plan for Act 2 is to squeeze out Ethiopia off this continent. Zenobia I'll sort of tolerate until... Let's see how the actual game plays out. But yeah, but there is definitely... I am definitely tempted to lean into war. Hopefully like a war of expansion that's really quick, that takes out his city. Because the longer I stay at war, that hurts my prosperity and happiness. It's the trait that Eva Perón has. And as much as I can avoid it, I will try to avoid it. Yeah, you need a dwelling. An alliance? Sure. Let's get candles because we'll get the option to build feasts or festivals rather. But I don't know if I want bureaucracy or not. The government, or not bureaucracy, the republic thing. That tech is not... I mean, the government is not important to me. I'm not switching to Republic. I'm most likely going to Empire next. The only thing I'm losing is the 100 prestige that tech gives. And I'm not entirely sure if I don't know. A part of me wants it, but the part of me also recognizes that this act is going to be over, and I would rather be closer to the next era than this era. Yeah, I think more logging camps are fine. Or sawmills. So trading post number 1. I think use whatever I have most of. Yeah, I'm not sure about paper here, but let's plug it in, see what happens. I do need paper to make books, but I am making paper in multiple spots. Alliance. Okay. So we are allied with Egypt, we are allied with Zenobia. Ethiopia was pissed at us in the early game, but now he's like neutral. Yeah, that's fine. Let's jump. That 100 prestige would have been useful, but I think getting to the next era is important. Yeah. She's basically... Yeah, this is annoying. I hate how the AI does this. That's fine. Okay. Eventually I'll move that export into the limestone quarry, but right now that is fine. Act 1 ends in 6 turns, and yeah, the amphitheater of Elgem is gone. Okay. Yeah, arena needs to be... The happiness and prosperity is not as important to be on a series, but the 2 prestige per turn is... Yeah, let's do it there, it's fine. Ideally, I would have liked to place the museum there eventually, but that's so much later. Yeah, well, lumber will be fine in the next few turns, but right now it sucks, so I can't really build anything. So while we wait, I'm gonna pretty much build militaries. More is not a problem. I mean, think about it, like all my Genghis Khan games, I've been trying to max out as much military as my population allows, or as my cap allows, and I've been struggling to fight. But in this particular game, right, I have my cap is at 12, I have 4 stashes, I've just deployed my 5th one, and I'm in the process of building my 6th and 7th one. Yeah, but the AI has been pretty peaceful. If I don't know. Maybe it's just Genghis Khan. Maybe everybody just hates Genghis Khan. That's probably why. Yeah, but when you play with a strong leader who has benefits, like natural benefits to certain play styles, the game does feel easy. Like I want to replay Confucius and Nefertiti and Leopold, and even some like Pachakoti and even Shaka Zulu wasn't bad. Like games I've played in the past where some leaders just feel easy to play as, and I think strong leaders just make the game easier no matter the difficulty. That's fine. Let's make some mining picks here. Okay. Military or walls? So there was this point where we were like 200 prestige removed from the last, from the 5th place spot. Now that has grown to like 600. Okay, let's get a few candles here. But that's fine. Candles are going to be a supply into my residences and dwellings. Okay, I have cotton. I think a weaving industry or a tanning industry from this point would not be bad. Single weaver maybe? Yeah. Yeah, let's get the ceramic shop. Yeah, just go up north and hang around. Or maybe stay in the capital and maybe upgrade you. Still need more lumber. Act 1 ends this turn. So what does bonus? Sure. Let's farm the llama. Leave it like that. Let's put farms around the llama, and yeah, we will have mandrakes too, which will help in the mid game. Festival now? Sure. Knowledge in all cities. Yeah. Okay. So we are making some concrete. We have a good stash of ceramic parts. I think you need to make glass. And I need to look at what my silicate to sculpting material balance is. But it'll be fine. We have enough raw resources. And I think the roads look fine now. Except that one. Alrighty. 6110. Oh, we fell behind here actually. 6110 and yeah, about almost 700 behind. Alright. So much for that. Okay. So we are at bureaucracy. I think I want to lean into alchemy as soon as possible. I think this is a good spot to take a break. We have the option to switch governments here, and I need to regroup here. I need to basically pretty much plan for the next few hours. Plan for the next act. I know I'm going to lean heavily into wonders. I know I'm going to lean heavily into mosaic tiles and stained glass and the like. And my research pattern is actually pretty decent, so I know I will try not to leave too many techs behind, even if we are not the tech leader per se, because our economy is actually leaning towards the stronger side of things. I am missing tanneries, I am missing like fermenting pits, but I will be changing that soon. And this choice to switch to empire really means I need to really start thinking about how soon am I going to be leaning or putting my foot on the pedal for war. And that's where I think I'm going to leave this. There are a lot of things to think about and plan for. Thank you for watching, and definitely tune into the next one. If you have made it this far and have enjoyed this video, please leave a like, share with your friends, or consider subscribing. And if you're already subscribed, my heartfelt thanks to you. Thank you.